We went through the political process.
Good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. This is Liberia Broadcasting System page. We are covering the program from the Ministerial of Education to the orientation for education officer to strengthen educational leadership. This program is a 2-day program for newly appointed county and district education officer. These officers, selected through a transparent vetting process, are being provided with essential tools and knowledge to enhance their performance and drive educational excellence across Liberia. The initiative allows the ministry broader goal of improving educational outcomes by strengthening leadership and operational capacity within the sector. Today is the last day, and the Minister Proper will be here to give the closing program. I'm the mouth of Fana, so keep following.
This is my first time to see principal bringing virtual or principal bringing budget for me to see. But again, I learn education, I don't learn financial issues. So how do I put budgets of video and put forward to the CEO will be the question. So the ministry need to do more in building our capacity. Also financially. Thank you, Honorable Minister. We commit ourselves to the Lord.
These are all DOs who have come for various counties to come through this workshop. And this program is held at the Ministerial Complex here in Congo Town.
Let me stand on the existing protocol. Honorable ministers, we are very grateful to be given the privilege to serve in the various positions you were appointed. We know that the process was fair, and we all went through a competitive process, was vetted, and we were certified in our various positions. But we want to assure the honorable ministers that we are committed in the process. As we leave this court today, we are preparing to go back to our assigned counties and to start executing our duties in the various counties. We want to say, honorable ministers, we are leaving and we are going to strange territories. Please, we are begging the indulgence and all our SMT members to please think about us. While we are there, we are in new areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, we are pleased to call the Assistant Minister, Honorable Michael, to please give us a brief remark on behalf of the Planning Department of the Ministry of Education. Honorable Michael, you're welcome.
I, Honorable Thomas Parker, Assistant Minister of Planning, Research and Development. On behalf of the Planning Department, I want to say a big thank you for our EOs for the time you gave us this afternoon. The orientation was intended to give an idea of what is expected of you and what is also expected of us at the level of Planning Department. And I hope what we presented, you take it very serious. Abdallah said we are available call on us. If you don't understand anything, we are ready and prepared to coach you on what you're supposed to be doing. We announced that by this Saturday, the team will be going on the field to start discussing the possibility of the county plan. So we want to say thank you. We look forward to working along with you to make sure that the OP is done and implemented. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. At this time, I want to be very transparent. We'll call on the board chair representation to please come forward and give up.
How you doing, Minister? Doing quite a while. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I've come by the invitation of DMI and the facilitator of this program to be an observer on behalf of the National School Board. I've been privileged sitting here and watching all of the events. It's good that the ministers are here, members of SMT. I would like to signal this very important point. I've sat and observed that most of the unfoldings, emphasis have been laid on the EOs here and there. And at a certain point in time, we are capturing little. And just the last presentation, we all heard that the budget here will be crafted by the EOs in consultation with the county school board. But unfortunately, most of the emphasis here have not captured the role of the board in the eyes of our co-partners that we and them going to be working. Aside here, every other thing has excluded the function of the school board. My curiosity is, when the school board, you understand that will soon be restructured in the various counties. My question is, Madam Minister, are you going to call this kind of forum after the restructuring of the school board to let them know our co-working relationship? Because so far, this whole forum is concerned, nothing like that has been emphasized. And for sure, the Act 6 that we, members of the school board, take responsibility for accounting all of the odds that otherwise up here you cannot see. But we will see them verbatim and report them to you. But if we are not emphasizing the process, for our EOs to know the importance, I'm coming up with this because I heard one EO stating yesterday that tired the school board chair. We're not going to be confrontation, but our role would be, that's what I told most of the people who work within the campus. The CEOs are there, but we, the board chair, are there in a simple thing, the change against the CEOs. In that, we are the ones who are able to even report the CEO. So you imagine that. We employ them, we recommend them according to law, but madam, in the past, we have been bullied. They bullied us. Thank you. So I want to thank you so much. I appreciate very well my role being here, and I will communicate that to our colleagues.
You will not be retired, yeah?
At this time, be a teacher and not a teacher. Thank you. At this time, we will invite to this podium the Deputy Minister for Education, Deputy Minister of Education for Instruction, to just give us brief remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon again. We were here this morning, right?
Yes.
And I told you something. I gave you a formula. Is there anyone in the gallery can remember the formula I gave you this morning? What did I say?
The formula are C, Q, and D. That means C, and D. C, and G. Yes. Visit, consult, cooperate, coordinate, and also develop.
Good. I said, if you want to succeed in the country, the district, you must do those 4 things. I gave you an example of the ministry, right? There is nothing we do in the ministry of reform or something that will matter. You visit somebody, you went there for the purpose. You sit and consult with the person, right? So you CEO, I expect that of you. In your country, cooperate with the local leader. Then of course you will succeed. You are not going to say, you need to monitor. Monitoring is the bearer for the administration. The deal they said yesterday, sometimes we actually don't come in, or we get there, we ask you, or we ask somebody, they say, the principal or the CEO is in the room. No, ask you what you doing. Stay at your gap. Stay there to work with the people. Listen to your people. Consult with them. When you consult, you continue to coordinate, you continue to collaborate, the system will be stronger. And the next thing that I told you this morning, the DO respect the CEO. There are some people. Work with them, consult with them. You do not leave your district to come in the ministry to get any complaint. We're not listening to you. Talk with the CEO. And you see what I told you? Being a CEO that does not mean that you go home. You have to respect your honor people. When we do that, the system will be stronger than ever before. There are things that are there here, I will see what they didn't do. But honor the Madam Administration. You see the right? There are a lot of teachers. And we want to hold you responsible because we took responsibility. If people say you're not qualified, she brought in unqualified people. Those are some of the things you talk about to the Supreme Court. You cannot tell people that you are qualified. So you can tell you thank you. We hope to work. We always see in your gratitude. God bless you.
So that the Minister for Instruction, Honorable Amos Furi, yesterday he was here at the opening session. He also emphasized on the critical role of the training and stressing the importance of the schools meeting centers. And today he just added on.
Hello. I know when you see me, I know I ain't there talking. So I will just stay true to my repetition. I didn't talk with I want to talk with you. But let me say congratulations for putting in the time, for absorbing all but you could have done over the last 2 days. As I said yesterday, we have bet on you against your detractors who have said that you are not qualified. I told you they took us to court because they said we appointed you qualified people and dismiss qualified people. We simply disagree with them. We believe you are the best we could get in this time. Because the process leading to the selection was independent of the ministry, as you are aware. Yes, sir. And we brought together scholars and some of the brains in higher education in the country. When they qualified, I didn't know who's supposed to say you are not qualified. So we believe you are qualified. But that also imposes enormous responsibility on all of you, as I told you yesterday. You must now prove our detractors wrong. So the outcomes for your constraints, for your counties, must surpass what happened in the past. If we do just as well as they did, then we've done nothing. Yes, sir. If we do worse than them, then we'll give them ammunition to keep firing them. Yes, sir. But if we do better, then we'll shut them down. That's it. So I'm challenging you today to go back to your respective assignments and shut the detractors down by your results. Let your results do the talking. Let the outcomes, the learning outcomes do the talking. Yes, sir. Our children are depending on it. I said that yesterday, and I'm reiterating that again. No longer is there going to be a time where the principal, the DO, and the CEO collude to allow the science teacher to go on a gold mine and send his sister or brother to stand in the classroom for him, who is grossly unqualified and incompetent to be in the classroom. If you do that, you're cheating our children. And we can't continue to cheat the children in this country. I said, if somebody did that to you in the school district, your children at 10, you will be very apart, right? So we shouldn't do that to our children. They depend on us. We are responsible for molding the minds of the future leaders of this country. That process begins now. I said change will not happen overnight, but change must begin now. And it begins with us. We will support you, we will defend you whenever you're doing the right things. But when you do the wrong things, discipline will come. I said that. I also said, we'll visit you unannounced. Anytime, we'll visit you unannounced. Anytime we visit you, the evaluation. We can evaluate you or ask you questions. We can look at the environment, we look at your relationship with your co-workers, we look at your schools in your district, and then we can evaluate you. I said I went to some schools in Israel. There were electives in the classroom. They got crosswords in the classroom, and our teachers were happy to go in that kind of room to teach with crosswords all in the classroom. I believe no real trained teacher should tolerate that. So your job is to supervise. You can't sit down at the distance and supervise our people. You have to be present. You have to visit them. Because when they know that you're going to be coming time and again, everybody will try to put their eye to you. Don't leave the assignment area. If you're in the district, you come to Zedru. You go to Zedru, their hotel, they pay where you assign in their hotel. Okay? Or you go, you assign somewhere in the district, and you leave, you go to Plibo. You go to Plibo and ball. This job, we understand, is sacrificial, but we must do for the benefit of our children. So we're depending on you. Our children are depending on you. Please don't let them down. Don't let us down. We will be here to support you. We'll come as often as we can. We'll visit you. We'll mentor you. We'll do the best we can to help you, to help our children. That's what we do. I believe over the last few days, the HR people got up and said, not the DO, not all the side they vote here. DO, nobody sack you. Boche, nobody sack you. They ain't never to sack you. Because each of us has a role to play in this sector. And we must respect each other's role. So there's a role for the school board, and there's a role for the DO, there's a role for the CEO. We all work to complement each other just for the general outcome of our learning outcome of our children. So the CEO, the DO, and the school board will be working with them. I am mandated by the minister to immediately go out there and revitalize all the school boards across the country.
Thank you.
So as we are going back, we are already coming. We will revitalize the school board. We'll look to them to make sure all the PTAs are active. Because the parents are involved in the children's education, we hold the school administration, the teachers into the fire. And when we hold each other into the fire, we are able to produce good results. So yes, we're mandated to set up the school board, and I said to you, they said we should revamp in 4 months. So we're coming to set up the school board, and then we'll take it from that point. We need your assistance. We need your support. I also said yesterday, in this day and age, if you already don't know some computer, they're trying lesson. Because we're moving to the level where we want to start collecting data in real time. We want to be able to call the school and the principal to us, just send it to us today, science teacher didn't come to class, English teacher didn't come to class, 4 children in school. They will start trying to find out why that happened so that we can intervene. You can do that when you're writing it on paper. You want to write it on paper and take the picture and send it up? So we want to automate the system. So we want to raise your level of competence so that we all can work together. So when last time I was in Israel, I talked to Mr. Boland from Zara TTI to please open computer tutorial classes for our EOs and the principals of the program. That's collaboration, so we all can try to work together to improve our level for the benefit of our children. So it's important that we do that. So all of what we've said here is the chain of reporting. If somebody makes mistakes in your district or in your county, nobody should be arbitrary. We will not be arbitrary to you. Don't be arbitrary to other people. Last thing I said yesterday was that we are all privileged to be in the rules that we have. None of us has the right to be to where we are. We're just privileged because there are over 4.something million Liberians who don't have these jobs that we have. So we're privileged to be here. We cannot treat it like our rights. So the privilege that we have, we must serve with integrity. We must serve with commitment. And we should let the outcome of our work speak for us. So we're depending on you. Don't let us down. Congratulations.
That was the Deputy Minister for Administration, Ministry of Education, Honorable Yike Fokma. He was also here yesterday, who stressed on the importance of leadership. Earlier was the Minister for Instruction.
At this time, we are pleased to invite to this podium one who is peaceful, passionate, courageous. No matter what happens, there's no problem for all. Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Joseph Malata.
The Minister Purple is now about to give a statement on this conclusion of this program.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Last call like this. My heart is full of joy sitting, watching you. I've heard of your engagements for the last 24 hours. You all have been here for the last 14 hours being poured into this responsibility that you have been assigned, but also that you have stepped up to the plate to engage. So my heartfelt thanks to you all. To my colleagues that have joined me on the stage and some that are in absentia, I want to say thank you, because this work that we have embarked for this nation is not one that one person can deliver. I think in my New Year's message, I did indicate if we are to meet the targets that we want to meet for this country, we have to work collaboratively. And for me, collaboration is not just by mouth, it's by actions. My colleagues will tell you that. But I'm strong on protocol, following the chain of command. The reason why the Army works and works so precisely is because of discipline and the following of the chain of command. And that is my expectation for this group of professionals that we have assembled to join us in this transformational journey to turn our country's educational sector around. It's an exciting time to be a part of the education family here in our dear republic. I bring you warm greetings and wish you all a happy and prosperous new year. Today is a significant day for Liberia's education system, as we formally welcome a new cadre of county education officers entrusted with the crucial task of overseeing education across our counties. This orientation program is more than a formality. It is a call to action, a commitment to serve, and a pledge to lead. When I assumed the role of minister, I honored a promise to the Senate and the Liberian people to tour our country within my first 100 days. As I toured the country, I witnessed firsthand the challenges plaguing our education system. What I saw was deeply concerning. High level of mismanagement, poor supervision of schools, poor infrastructure, lack of accountability, all of this negatively impacted the quality of education our children received. In many schools, I found teachers absent without consequence, students sitting in overcrowded classrooms without proper learning materials, school facilities in dire conditions. These issues didn't arise overnight. They're a result of years of neglect and ineffective leadership at both national and county levels.
Yes, ma'am.
This state of affairs called for decisive action, and that is why we are here today.
Yeah.
We cannot build a better Liberia without a functioning education system. And we cannot have a functioning education system without competent. The decision to recruit new county education officers was not taken lightly. It was a deliberate reform process aimed at selecting individuals who possess skills, credentials, integrity, vision that is needed to turn things around. This recruitment was conducted on a merit-based basis, ensuring that only the best candidates, those who have demonstrated competence, dedication, and leadership, are entrusted with this responsibility. You were not chosen because of who you know or political influence, but because of what you have achieved and what you can contribute. As you take on this responsibility, know that much is expected of you. Your primary mission is to change the narrative and reverse the trends. By addressing the issues that have held back our education system for too long. Your role as CEO or DEO is not just merely administrative. You are the key drivers of policy implementation, monitoring and supervision, school improvement, teacher management, and student welfare in your respective counties. And this role will be critically supported by our county school boards. The same process that we embarked to ensure we have competence and quality in the management of our schools will be the same that can be expected for our county school boards. We expect you to work closely with the school boards, the school administrators, the local authorities, and the community leaders to build an inclusive and responsive education system. Therefore, you are expected to, 1, ensure effective supervision. You must be physically present in schools and ensure that teachers are given the right teaching load and that they are teaching and that students are learning.
Yes, ma'am.
2, policy implementation. You are to ensure the Ministry of Education's policies and guidelines are enforced uniformly across all schools in the county. 3, you must promote accountability and transparency. Particularly as CEOs, you are accountable to the county school boards, to the Ministry of Education, to make sure that the communities you serve receive the requisite activity that they must receive. Ensure that resources are used transparently and effectively, and that school leaders are held to the highest standards. This, I will not, let me reiterate, I will not stop short of dismissing anyone. Because if we must deliver for this country, accountability must be our driving tool. Transparency must be our driving tool. Improving learning outcomes. Ultimately, your success will be measured by improvement in student learning outcomes. Focus on initiatives that enhance teaching and learning, improve student attendance, and reduce dropout rates. That should be your focus. You lead education in your counties. You know your students in your schools. You need to ensure as they enroll, they have all the requisite requirements and resources to be retained and to complete. That's your charge. Lastly, number 4, promoting access and inclusion. Your work is to increase school enrollment. We did an assessment from the last CEO report. We saw 7 counties that our Minister Kanga brought to my attention with low enrollment. And that was the reason for the launching of the National Enrollment Drive that the President launched. We are intentional about our engagements. And your role is to help us to ensure that our students are in school. Focusing on initiatives that enhance teaching and learning is also important. We're going to work, as I stated, to increase school enrollment, especially for vulnerable groups, such as girls, children with disabilities, and those from marginalized communities. Your goal is to make education accessible for all. And I will pause here on children with disabilities. We need to do better for our disabled community. They're not going anywhere. They are citizens. They have rights to an education as a human right, and it is going to be our responsibility to make sure that they are serviced well in our schools. Next, we'll do engagement with stakeholders as leaders in the schools. You are supposed to be leading the charge with conversations in your communities, discussions with the school boards on what is it and what do we need to improve our school system? What do we need to make sure our students are learning? When we find that there's an issue, how do we get together to solve those issues? I'm one for, even my job in the US, my staff will come to me with issues and problems. But what I always told them, for one problem, bring 2 solutions. Because as educators, we're saying we're competent, we've been trained to do this work, we need to think. We need to think and find solutions to our problems. Only us can solve our problems. We can look for resources, but it takes us. Even the NGOs that come, or INGOs, they still need our expertise on their team. That is what I'm speaking about. When people talk about, I said it's not a capacity issue we have in Nigeria. It's a patriotic issue. Because if it was a capacity issue, INGOs will bring everybody from abroad to come and work. But look across the INGO or NGO sector. They are qualified and competent Liberians delivering for these organizations. But when we come into government, we act lackadaisical to the detriment of the forward march and advancement of our nation. So it's incumbent upon us to take this work and this charge seriously, because the lives of our children and the sustainable development of this nation lies in our hands. And we are the potter with the clay, at the potter's wheel. We are the ones that are turning the engines to the next generation. And we owe it to ourselves and to the children and people of Liberia to deliver for them. So we need to be proactive in our addressing our challenges. Think ahead, project ahead. What are the challenges that you find in your area? Converse with your colleagues across counties. I had an experience on the county tour. It was a young boy, it was in CEO Elijah's county, Kipman. This young boy was in 7th grade. I had a small group meeting with them. And this young boy told me, Minister, I have a problem in what I'm learning in school. I said, how so? He said, because I went online and I saw the curriculum that we're supposed to be learning. But that's not what I'm being taught. And I called my other friend that lives in another county and asked him, what are they learning? And he told me. And it did not match what I was learning. So when are we going to get taught what the ministry says we should learn? This was a 7th grader. 7th grader. This is evidence of this kid doing research, informing himself on what he is supposed to learn, and identifying that I'm not learning. I share these stories because they are important to inform the work that we do. When you go and you do monitoring sessions in school, look at the curriculum that's been delivered. Oh, yeah. Is it the teaching and instruction? Is it in alignment with the curriculum? And if it is it being delivered at the time that it's being delivered? Because learning is you're filling gaps as you go. If I finish 3rd grade and go to 4th grade, there are gaps in knowledge I'm supposed to have filled before I got to the 4th grade. And when you get a textbook that a student who is supposed to have completed 4th grade, and you say read a 2nd grade book and they can't read, it's saddening. That's what we have inherited. That's the work we must deliver on. So I'll conclude by saying, while we hold you accountable and expect you to deliver, we as Central Ministry are committed to supporting you. From training and capacity building to provision of resources, we will ensure ensure that you are given the needed tool to succeed. However, leadership requires initiative. We expect you to be proactive, to identify problems and seek solutions. Your role is not just to manage, but to lead, to inspire change and drive improvement. As I close, please be reminded that the people of Liberia are looking to you for results. They are counting on you to be leaders who will restore faith in our education system. This is your chance to make a difference, to be remembered not just for your position or the position that you held, but for the impact that you make. Lead with integrity, work with dedication, serve with purpose. Together we can transform Liberia's education system and give our children the future they deserve. Again, congratulations on your appointment. I look forward to working with each of you to build a brighter future for education in Liberia. I close with something that applies to everywhere I have worked, every organization that I've led, I've been privileged to lead. I call the PPP framework. You're learning a lot of acronyms, right? Yeah, right. P, the first P is people. Who are your people? Whether it's staff, the relationships that you have, because these people that you work with, you spend 40 hours of your work life with them daily. I mean weekly. Who are your people? Always ask yourself, as a leader, as a manager, who are my people? The next is process. What are my processes? Or what are our processes? And that question asks about efficiency and effectiveness. If your process is not efficient, it's not effective, you need to find a solution to get it right. Lastly, is your product, your output. And the output is the quality that you deliver. How am I delivering quality? What services am I supposed to deliver? How am I supposed to deliver it? And in the business world, they usually add a fourth P on profit. But in our context, that profit can relate to outcome, as the ministers were speaking about earlier. Learning outcomes is your profit. For the entire year, you work. The profit to you as a professional, how have you grown and developed? That's your intrinsic profit. But the other profit is the profit of the outcome, the learning outcomes in our schools. What profit and value are you bringing as the result of your work? If you don't take away anything that I said today, as you work, apply the 3 P's. So I close by saying thank you to all of you. God bless us all. Long live our republic. Let's continue to be guided by integrity and driven by excellence. Thank you.
So that was the Minister of Education, Madam Jaso Chala, who just gave a statement on this program of the educational officer here at the Ministerial Complex. And this program was first held yesterday. Here is a 2-day program, and today is the conclusion. These are all newly appointed district education officer here, and this training is there to improve the system of the Ministry of Education in various counties. So The Behavioral Broadcasting System will be bringing you activities from Ministerial Education because the President's arrest agenda include education, and that is how we are going to be showing you some of these activities.
So
Keep following.
we're exploring the possibility of opening science labs across our secondary schools. So this tool has been developed for you all to do assessments in your districts and in your counties, and this I need Monday no later than 4 p.m. The planning department will follow up, Mr. Parker will follow up with you all, and this aggregate data will be packed and assessed, and we will start to determine how many schools we begin with. This is something that will accelerate immediately. So when I say we need this Monday by 4, I don't want somebody calling him. When I tell him I need my report at 5 o'clock, because now he's crunching the numbers. I don't want it 4:15. I don't want it at 4:30 because it hinders the output that he's going to deliver. So there's the science laboratory one, and there's the primary school, and there's the school renovation survey. I heard Mr. Walkai talk about renovations. We need these tools completed ASAP. Comb your schools. When I went on the tours, teachers were telling me they hadn't seen either their DEOs or CEOs, and because they heard the minister was coming to town, some people showed up on campuses. Make your visit regular. Let the people know you are here to deliver. And as I promised, we will support you as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. So this tool, I'm going to leave and the team will distribute. The next one is another tool for school feeding. It's an assessment survey. We know currently school feeding is been delivered by our partners. There's 4 across the country. This happens to be one of the areas that I'm focusing because it's a strategy for enrollment. So of the 15 counties, we have 13 of those counties currently covered by some school feeding intervention. There are 2 counties, Grand Cru and Sino, that have no school feeding, at least at the public school level. But I stand to be corrected, but the information that I've reviewed indicates we have 2 counties that we still need to get school feeding intervention. So this assessment will give us an idea on the readiness of our schools for school feeding, and we will take it from there and try to make sure that this intervention is in all of our schools as we grow the school feeding to a national program. Currently, it's been delivered by our partners, but it is the plan to make sure that school feeding, per our national school feeding policy, is taken over by and supported by our partners, but delivered by our government. So these 2 tools will be delivered to you. Like I said, Monday, 4 p.m., the results need to be submitted, and Mr. Parker will follow up with you all. You can see he's sitting there shocked because I didn't tell him. I'm just telling him right now. Right? That's how I operate. Sometimes I don't sleep. You ask the question, what keeps you up at night? My mind is always going, how we can get better. How we can get better. What can we do better? I look at other countries. What are they doing that we need to adapt? Context matters, but we need to keep thinking. Our wheels need to keep spinning because you can't get complacent. Even if you know, you must know better. You must do things more effectively. So you have a charge to keep. I have the utmost confidence until we can complete the next phase of our process, as the DMA indicated, per the ruling from the Supreme Court. I have faith that you will deliver on the charge that you have been given and the responsibility that you have taken on. So thank you again. Blessings for the work ahead, and I look forward to a successful year. Thank you very much.
especially wanted me to inform you that because it is important that you all get back to your counties and districts to begin the work. As you can see, we have a first report to submit by 4 p.m. on Monday. He said the identification team will move from county to county to do the ID cards. Because we can no longer keep moving on with them. You have to get back to get to work. So we don't need to get to the counties to do the ID cards.
All right. So that is well understood.
So we now come to the end of this broadcast. Thank you for following. This is the orientation workshop for newly appointed county and district education officer. And they all came from various counties to be part of this training. And the Ministry of Education goal is to improve the outcomes and strengthen leadership and operational capacity within the sector. So welcome and thank you for following. We now come to the end of this broadcast.
Before the end of the development of the shop, so we call the minister to present to a few of our CEOs because of this is ready for now. Yes, please. Call on Mr. Honorable Larry T. Nimland Jr.
I will just read the content of the certificate. Certificate of Achievement awarded to Larry D. Nimland Jr. has successfully completed the EOS orientation training. This training meets the full requirement of EOS knowledge in education policies and procedures and child protection. This course is used as a supplementary material for education workers, specific policies and procedures. It's 14 hours training workshop. The training agenda included roles and responsibilities of EOs, the structure of MOE, process on recruiting, transferring and dismissing staff, reporting channel, teacher code of conduct, sexual harassment and gender inclusivity, teacher professional development, building an inclusive school culture, education technology, school operation permit process, strengthening financial management, request procedure, overview of the Liberia education policies. And then on here, which has not been the practice, is that folks come and they attend training. But I want you to attest and certify that I have been instructed from the Ministry of Education EO orientation training from January 13 to 14, 2025 at the EJS Ministerial Complex in Congo Town, Monrovia. This certificate is signed by the Deputy Minister for Instruction, myself as the Minister of Education, and the participants themselves to certify they have completed this training. So your signature also is required here, and a copy will be made so we have it on file in the office to know who went through the training and that you have certified we have given you these training, this training with these topics. So I just wanted to read that for the sake of the public to know that you all didn't gather for the last 14 hours just to relax and hang out. This was work. You were asked to really engage with a lot of topics, but all of the presentations again will be shared with you so you can go back to them and revisit them as you continue to do your work. So on behalf of the SMT, I want to say congratulations, Mr. Nimland. Go and serve well.
Smile. Minister, thank you.
Next is Honorable Samuel Z. Harris. Zobon. Sam Z. Harris, CEO Bomi County. I'm sorry for the Larry Dina, the CEO for Maryland County. The third person is Mr. Akosto M. Dobe, CEO Riverside County. Fourth is Honorable Amanda Wright Zota. The Minister of County is a small bench. There are 10 female CEOs with only 5 members. Very good. Honorable Robert M. Zeze, CEO Marketing County. Honorable Charles A. Dennis Sr., CEO Babu County.
Mr. Dennis.
Honorable Josiah S. Nangwe, CEO Red Group. Honorable Edmond K. Cannon, CEO Monserrato 2. Honorable John S. Sally, CEO Lopa County. Honorable Harrison Dawolo, CEO Grand Cayman County. Honorable Dala Sami, CEO Riwaji County. Honorable Jefferson D. Boba, CEO Grand Bassa County. Honorable Francis G. Legge, CEO Nima. Honorable Elijah G. Freeman, CEO Grand Gila County. Honorable Samuel Wakuni, CEO Salo County. Last but not the least, you know the dog will always allow the dog to be ahead. The president of the EO, Honorable David B. Quagga, CEO of